Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I am Dr. L. Prasad. So the little whiny bitch declared sick. I repeat, the little whiny bitch, she declared that she is sick with something that you call dem gay fever. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. That little whiny bitch. Yes, I'm talking about that she-male, ass her dean. Ass as in anus, her, dean as in dick. As her dick. She declared or professes to have contracted dem gay fever. And imagine that little bitch is the one who stood in somebody else's masjid and cuss out the homosexuals, cuss out the gay people, literally encouraging Muslims, Shia Muslims like herself, to close the gate or stone. As a matter of fact, her sister was suggesting that the Shia Muslim extremist community of which they are a part of, to stone non-Muslims, Hindus, homosexuals, black people. Yeah, people that are not extremists, devout Muslims. Yeah, that little bitch and her sisters were calling on the Shia Muslim public to stone anybody who comes to the masjid, especially Anil Nandalal. They were calling for violence against Anil Nandalal. Imagine the man who is at the top of the justice system that is trying that little bitch in the court to send her stupid ass to federal prison. Yeah, they want the Muslim Shia majority in Guyana to stone, as in take a stone, a brick, and pelt Anil Nandalal when he goes to the masjid. Now that little pussy, he likes pussy so much that he couldn't help identifying himself as a pussy. He gets the dengue fever. The condition that Sardine has is defined by doctors other than Dilip, other than Dilip, other doctors that make sense, like me. We define the condition that Sardine has, which is the dem gay fever, as when you go to Blackbush Polder, yesterday, and you romanticize yourself, you live your life gay and proud, and all them different kind of sperm you took in your ass, that's what it comes down to. You jackass. Dem gay fever. You invented it. Yeah, you invented it as your modernized, so to speak, strategy. And we wondered, what else would they come with? The father's chest pain, the father's fake hospitalization, the puncture of the tire. What else? Oh, Ramadan. Now he came. Sorry, correction. I need to address you as by your pronoun. Now she came and didn't show up in court since the judge, the magistrate, fake warned them, don't do it again. Come to court. I'm warning you. Make sure you come to court. Don't you do it again, because they're watching me, they're looking at me. They already said that I'm taking money from you. Tongue goes in, money comes out. So I want you to make sure you come to court or get a good excuse. Find a good excuse. Make sure you coach whoever you need to coach, your doctor, your whoever, because when you're going to make an excuse, they're going to call and pressure for evidence. Asradine, we know that you have the condition of AIDS. I have diagnosed you, Asradine, with the condition of AIDS. AIDS. Acquired A. Intelligence. I. Deficiency. D. Scunt. I diagnosed you months ago with that, and that is no cure. The only cure for the AIDS that you have, you asshole, is just to take your father by his hand, as you always do, slap him around the place, and say, come daddy, let's go. Get on the fucking plane, go and take up your residence in your newly home somewhere in Florida. That's the only cure. So now, you have advanced your condition. Now you have gay fever. When somebody say you have the fever, is either you have the fever for women, man, you have the love fever, man, you got a sex fever, man, you got a money fever, you have the gay fever. And you are the good Muslim that continues to attack our beautiful president. I mean, look at Ali, man. Look at Ali. The man is like a Mahatma. Being a president is too low for Ali. Just beneath him. Seriously, look at President Ali. Being president is beneath the man. He has evolved beyond the office of a president. The man has skyrocketed. Not even supreme leader. He's better. He's like a deity to the fucking Ayatollah that they took out the other day. That devil in Iran. Look at Ali. And he's a politician. But he is more holy. Ali is more holy than put all them nigger priests together and all them Azridins Meiji together. President Ali is like an angel to those bunch of fools. Look at him. And you have to now put on the same scale, just a few meters below, fucking opposition leader who continues to embarrass the country. Now he catch the fever. The junkies on the street, the junkies that eats shit, literally eats shit, they don't catch dengue fever. They don't catch it. This is the man that lives in a palace. A palace. How many maids does he have? Because his wife don't cook. He hates his wife's cooking. You said it, you asshole. You said your wife can't cook. You said it. You said if you weren't rich, you would have starved the fuck to death because your wife can't cook. It's from your mouth, you stupid fuck. You said it. Wait, you think people hold secrets for you? Right now, the whole country is under siege because of you. You think people would hold secrets for you? You said your wife can't cook. Now imagine you have all of these well-trained chefs and maids and you can't afford to eat healthy, you are a billionaire. You bought 10 cars the other day for ghosts. I mean, spirits from the underworld. Are those the spirits that you give offering to, that hoping that they save you from America? Who do you think invented Obia? You bought cars for spirits, ghosts. For what? I mean, they couldn't boost your immune system so you can resist, or at least you can absorb the sperm that they inject in your ass, so you can. How many gay men you see walking around sickly? One of the things I used to hear as a kid growing up is that gay men are among some of the strongest men in society. Yeah, because they take from both men and women. What kind of gay man is you? You're fake and gay. I have the receipts, asshole. I have the receipts. You're fake and gay. So what's this thing? Them gay fever? I have to talk to the Minister of Health in Guyana. That lovely man, that's smart, and he's the best Minister of Health. He is the best Minister of Health. I must say this, I don't usually talk about the guy, but since I have to acknowledge that minister on record to date is the best performing Minister of Health in Guyana's history. What's it with Ali and his cabinet? What, you mean this thing is really rubbing off on these guys? You mean the Ali syndrome is rubbing off on all these ministers? Because in this second term, I see the bullshit I saw in the first term. I mean, they're learning. But sadly, to President Ali's cabinet, I have to tell you guys, sadly, you better push for your boss to have a third term. You better push for him to have a third term, because the next one that comes from the PPP, there's no guarantee that you guys would still be ministers under the next president. So since you are changing and you're getting better, you're serving Guyana well, you're doing good for your people, you better hope Ali gets a third term so you can continue doing your good. But the minister we have right now, Dr. Frank Anthony, one of the best to date. I hope he holds the post the next time around. We have to ask him, what is the status with dengue in Guyana? What is the status? And who are the persons that are vulnerable to contracting the dengue fever? Who are the persons? I don't want to outrightly say it is something unique to the gay community, because then I'll be profiling, and it's not right for me to say that. But if a known public associate with homosexuals is now claiming the defense, or claiming the excuse of having them gay fever, hence he can't go to court. And not just that, not just the fact that he can't go to court. The fever is so terrible. According to his lawyer, he's under the sheets. He's sweating. He's trembling. He's like with a thing in his mouth. I mean, he can't. So he can't come on camera. He is too sick. He is too immobile to come on a camera, to take his laptop, put on the webcam, and tune into the proceedings of the court. No Zoom trial. Ain't gonna happen. His father couldn't do it. Now the son definitely can't do it. So he didn't go to court because he has the dengue fever. And not only that, the proceedings can't go on because he can't come on Zoom. And since he's absent physically and virtually he's absent, you got to postpone the case. And it gets better for Azruddin, the learned doctor, Dr. Dilip, in his expert opinion, just like the doctor from the private hospital that gave the expert opinion that Shell needs 2 weeks to recover from his stress. This other doctor, Dalit, in his expert opinion, he recommended to the judge, the magistrate, that Azruddin needs 2 weeks to recover from what is known as the dengue fever. So the case cannot go on today, neither tomorrow, neither the next day. Next week, forget it. Following week, forget it. 2 weeks from now. But because of the fact that the public has awakened, they have lost in the High Court, they have lost in the appeals court. Now they have followed through with their threat to take it to the CCJ and they hope not for the case to be thrown out, but for the CCJ to drag their feet in calling the case up. Drag their feet. So when they go to the CCJ, and pause there from the whole doctor situation, when they go to the CCJ, they're going to show up there without evidence. And if they forget a paper or a receipt, they'll ask the court, the CCJ, to like, oh, my worship, Your Honor, unfortunately, we have not been able to source this material. Can we ask for a recess? Since they have the issues with flights and the oil has a problem in the world now, and planes are not taking so much, and we cannot book a small plane to come here. It's too expensive. We have to come in commercial flight. Can you reschedule this in 2 months? It will give us enough time to prepare. I am predicting, remember, I'm not just Dr. Prasad. I'm not just your shadow home affairs minister. I'm also your prophet. I am prophesying. I'm predicting stuff. Look at what has happened. Think. Those of you who have followed me from day one on this Muhammad's case, everything I have predicted, everything. Now we are at the CCJ. Haven't I said that? Since last year. I said that, right? I also said there's something fishy with Muhammad and Judy. I said that. I also said when they run out of excuse, father and son will play dead. I said that. The first person to play dead was the father. Now the son today played dead. So I'm predicting further that the case of the CCJ is going to stay there months. Months. There will not be any ruling on the CCJ's position. Why is that so? Because the CCJ is a court of black people. Black, B-L-A-C-K, people. Okay, Africans. No, literally Africans, because the head of the CCJ is an African guy. Nigerian, to be exact. And you know them niggas in Nigeria hates Indo-Guyanese, Indians. They're the most racist you can find. Nigerians, they're the most corrupt. You can bribe them easily. They're the world's best scammers. Oh, Azruddin can identify with them niggas in Nigeria. They're terrorists. Muslims also, most of them are Muslims. Boko Haram, they're killing Christians, they're murdering Christians. Nigeria, the worst country in Africa. The worst. They destroy black women. You know those films they make, those fake movies, they call them, what is it, Nollywood films? Where they shout and they scream all the time on the top of their voices, where they wear the fake hair and the fake nails and the fake, every fucking thing is fake. and they sleep around with 2, 3 men and they think it's trendy and that's it. Yeah, that's the culture that the judge we have now at the CCJ, he came from there. He visited Guyana when they had the swearing in of the last year. And while it was a contended issue, while the issue was put on hold about the sanctioned criminal, the man who is indicted, awaiting extradition, that didn't matter to the president of the CCJ. It didn't matter. He paid a personal visit to Azruddin Mohammed. And Azruddin wasn't sworn in yet as opposition leader. The presumed opposition leader had a personal visit from the president of the CCJ last year. Now you tell me, you expect no prejudice as it relates to what the rules must be as it concerns the case of the Mohammeds? That's why they're so confident about the CCJ. They didn't want to jump to the CCJ. They always said, we're going to go to the CCJ, always. Because they know that they could not corrupt the High Court or the appeals court in Guyana. They couldn't do it. So they just went through the process so they can have the credentials to apply to the appeals to the CCJ. They have acquired that, even though the local courts in Guyana said, the appeals court in Guyana said, the case has absolutely no merit to say you can put a stay in the execution of extradition. None whatsoever. In other words, what are you doing? The procedure from the warrant being issued, from the request being issued from the Americans, the procedure from the State Department to Judge Judy is correct, in order, and flawless. Ain't nothing there to challenge. That's what the High Court told these assholes. The appeals court told these assholes. Now they're going to the CCJ to tell them what? To tell them what? What the fuck is the CCJ going to tell the Mohammeds in this extradition case? What? That the High Court in Guyana is a bunch of dumb fucks, and the appeals court is a bunch of dumb fucks. They don't know what they're doing. That the Mohammed's case has merit, meaning they must put a stay or stop the whole proceedings because of the inconsistencies. That's what the CCJ is going to tell the Guyanese court. So if the CCJ pass down such a ruling, if they pass down such a ruling in favor of the defense, it cannot be challenged anymore by no court in Guyana. That's the final step. If they say the Mohammeds cannot be extradited, they cannot be extradited. Anything besides their ruling would be considered dictatorship. That's how serious this is. So Judge Judy will accept all the bullshit excuses. All the bullshit excuses. You see, dengue fever is workable. Because what? They have searched the system. What kind of fever is trending now? Contagious, trending. I mean, dengue is not contagious, but in terms of what's in the air now. Oh, it's dengue. You know, the change of weather, and you know, the mosquitoes and stuff. Yeah, dengue. Oh, and the fact that he was in the bush lot area there, you know, where they have these, maybe he went into these remote communities to talk about how Ali don't notice them. And maybe he got bitten by a mosquito and he contracted the dengue fever. Oh yeah, it can be possible because yeah, this is the time when, okay, how many people has it? How many people from that region has dengue fever? How many people in Georgetown has dengue fever? Where did he go? What were his activities for the past few days? When did he start having these symptoms? Yesterday? Where was he yesterday? Where? He wasn't anywhere. I mean, he was home and got dengue fever in that mansion. What, they don't have nets? It's not, the place is not properly ventilated, fumigated. What's with all the money? How the fuck did he get it? But no. If he says he has dengue fever, then he has dengue fever. And you just got to get a doctor to say he has it. A private doctor in his capacity as a private doctor, because they couldn't go to Georgetown Hospital for such a diagnosis. They couldn't go to any hospital because they realized you're risking the reputation and the license of the hospital. But you can pay a private doctor to say whatever. After all, you have a doctor there who was on his team. I think that the man left. The other fake doctor that lost his license because of his malpractices. You know that one? Yeah, those are the types that Azradine attracts. Any doctor that's willing to accept some money for a receipt, they're willing to go with that. So the fake doctor, when I say fake doctor, if you're going to give a fake report, you're a fake doctor who diagnosed without tests, because you have to get blood tests as well. So the doctor, Judge Judy, I mean, as I'm speaking here, the doctor is before the court, being questioned by the prosecution, and maybe the judge, maybe the magistrate. Does Azradine has dengue really? He's thinking, does dengue affect your tongue? How long does it take? Is it contagious? I mean, if you have a temperature in your body, it means that the tongue would be a little more warmer. Because if you have a fever from dengue, it's a high fever, it means the temperature, because when you put the stuff in your mouth to test the temperature, it's coming from the tongue. So any woman would start to fantasize, wow, if normally the tongue is like 10 degrees, with dengue it's like 50 degrees. Oh, and they start fantasizing, shit. If I usually come 3 minutes with a normal tongue, I mean a tongue that is dengue, that's like 30 seconds. That heat is going to blow the fucking clit away. That blood is going to rush to the clitoris. You would want to squirt and squirt, because you're thinking, damn, this is hot. For the doctor to establish that somebody has a dengue, he will have to test the blood. You'll have to check the blood. Draw the person's blood, then send it to a lab to confirm for a certainty that the virus is in the blood. You mean all of that was done? The doctor has his own lab. He has his own lab at that Bottom House Clinic. What's the name of the street? He has a lab right there. So when Azradine went to him, or he went to, how did it work? Did he go to the Muhammad's house? I don't think so, because the Muhammads hate Hindus. So he won't allow a Hindu doctor to step in the holy place of a devout Muslim. So he would have to go to the doctor's clinic. Where is the test? Judge Judy asked the doctor. You wouldn't get to follow this until later, but you should ask the doctor for the test. Did you take a test, a blood test? How did you determine that this person has dengue? Which lab analyzed the blood? All of that. We don't want your word of mouth. Can we get a second opinion? Because if this man is your patient, we can't take your word for it. So, yes, you can say what you say, but understand your testimony is on record. If it is found that you're lying, you stand to lose your license to practice. But we would like to have Azradine examined by a team of other doctors to determine what you say. If you want to be impartial, Judge Judy, and you don't want the world to think that you are corrupt and that Azradine is your boyfriend, your tongue friend, then don't take what his doctor that he's paying said or say. Ask, because dengue lasts for a while. You don't get cure overnight. So even if you schedule for him to have to be checked by the Georgetown Hospital, you should recommend that he, or order that he is checked by the Georgetown Hospital emergency section. Let him be checked there. If they say, the government hospital, Georgetown Hospital, if they say that the man has dengue fever, then fine, we accept it. But don't come with this crap that you order the man who said he had dengue to come and testify. The man said that in a capacity as a private clinic. He went to the man's clinic, so to speak. You want to dismiss all the rumors about your corrupt practices, and you're highly favoring the Mohammeds? Let the Georgetown Hospital department check them. You can't say they're incompetent. You can't say that they don't have the equipment, because all doctors, including Dilip, all doctors must do their internship at the Georgetown Hospital. All of them trained right there. Every one of them. So let Azradine be examined by established outlets from the state. And those doctors there aren't corrupt. Irfan Ali can't pay them to give a false report. Jagdeo has no jurisdiction there. Definitely not Anand Nandalal. But if you are going to postpone the Mohammed's case, Judge Judy, if you are going to postpone the case 2 weeks from now, simply because some quack says that he has fucking dengue, it brings the whole country under one umbrella to conclude that you are indeed corrupt. It's an embarrassment to the Guyana justice system. A fucking embarrassment. This has to stop. Because if it doesn't stop, I'm fucking recommending that anybody goes before Judge Judy, anybody, not just with extradition case, but any case that matches the content of this most important case, and they're treated differently, protest. Because all Guyanese citizens who may unfortunately find themselves before Judge Judy should be given the same treatment like the Mohammeds, same treatment. Then we know there's no impartiality. There's no partiality. But so far, he's the only one who's gotten such favors. First, he's a devout Muslim. Second, he's the opposition leader. That's the premise on which he continues to be favored. You can't conduct the case via Zoom. His lawyers will not have it. They got to be there physically, both of them. Can't go on with one alone. Neither can it go on with one lawyer present alone. All the lawyers have to be there with both clients for the case to go on. So since this is the new strategy to prolong the case, where are we heading? Let me tell you where we are heading. We are heading towards the delayed tactics, waiting to see the outcome of the CCJ. Everybody, magistrate, Mohammeds, and their lawyers they're colluding with this. It's a conspiracy. Play the long game, play the waiting game, come up with whatever you can come up with. The next thing, fake an accident. Say your dick is hurting. Fight with your wife. Matter of fact, publicize it. And then you will now have months in the loop until the CCJ case is finished, which, like I said, will be ruled in the favor of the Mohammeds. Trust me on that. The CCJ is going to rule in favor of the Mohammeds because the CCJ hates the PPP. They hate Ali. They definitely hate Jagdeo, and Alan Nandala is not a friend to them. I advocated, I encouraged, I talked about it last year that Guyana should withdraw from the CCJ. Now is your chance. Guyana, now is your chance. Pull the fuck out from the CCJ. Stop financing it, stop funding it, stop sponsoring it. Pull out from the CCJ. You won't be the only country. Because all of them black countries, most of them black countries, they are not a signatory to the CCJ. Black people, black governments don't want any part of it. Why should President Ali continue to fund the CCJ? Why? The CCJ only favors the PNC and now win. The government should step out, pull out from the CCJ. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It serves nothing when it comes to Guyana. That man came to the country and making and helping to push the Mohammed's cause by saying that the opposition leaders should be sworn in, that the chancellor, chief, whatever it is, should be sworn in. He came and he meddled. He meddled in Guyana politics. That African man, that president, that African guy at the CCJ, he put his mouth in Guyana politics. Is that his role? He's forgetting where his salary comes from. He is forgetting where his salary comes from. Because if Guyana pulls out from the CCJ, it's a huge chunk of their budget is gone. I am recommending Guyana to pull out of the CCJ. That is one institution you can pull out. The same thing Shell should have done. It's your fault, Shell. If he beats you, it's your fault. If you're going to end up or when you end up in prison with him, it's your fucking fault. You should have pulled out. Not every time you need to come. Pull the fuck out. Look, we're fighting, we're stressing over these ghetto schools. How many children in a household show respect for their mothers? The only time you have some amount of stability in a household is when the father is around, when daddy is there. Children usually fear the presence, the authority of the man, the father, not the mother. Not the mother. Unfortunately, most women today, somehow they get this newfound culture, this woke culture, where they think that they don't have the need of a man. They want to make yeah, you can fuck them, make the babies, then they tell you go fuck yourself. They're gonna raise the kid by themselves. And when they raise the kids by themselves, what do you get? What do you get? Guns in schools, scissors in schools, violence in schools, fucking in schools, buggering in schools, sucking in schools. That's what you get. When these women think they can do it by themselves, they can do all the bad things by themselves. They need no men. So I am suggesting again, the problem with the schools in Guyana is that men don't want to teach. Why? Because, come on, man, you can't pay men the same shit you pay women. Look how many companies, the companies where you have more males are working there. The fields or the professions where you have more men are professions where women can't compete in. It's too hard for them. So the men don't want to see women around. They're going to go that side because there are not much women in that camp. And the money is good. For you to attract men to get back into the teaching profession, you have to address the issue of salary, remuneration, compensation. Pay them good, and you will have more men as teachers. Pay them good. It's an embarrassment for a man who have to do twice the work for the same salary as a woman. So male teachers and female teachers can't get the same salary because men do much more. Much more. The same woman in the house is the same woman in the classroom. Toxic. I say it again. The same woman in the fucking house with husband and kids is the same woman in the classroom as a teacher. Toxic. You think students would listen to her? It's all about drama. They don't have the patience and the time and the tolerance to deal with delinquent niggas in the schools. Who do you need for that? More male teachers. More male teachers. You have to attract more men in the schools to teach. Pay them better. And you'll see you'll get rid of the problem with violence in the schools. You'll get rid of it. It's not a job for women. Women are nurturers, not teachers. They nurture, they don't teach. The women who are teachers, they just communicate what they learned in college. They don't teach children, they just communicate, and then from time to time they offer some motherly care. They don't teach. Men teach. Men teach. Get more men in schools as teachers. Pay them better, compensate them better, and enough with this bullshit about the men want to fuck the girl children. Enough with this nonsense. Is the girl children want to fuck the men? Because if you were girls, well, you were. You would understand that girls are not attracted to boys. They are attracted to men. That's a psychology. That's a physiology. They lust experience. They long for that. So don't be circulating these things and you think that because of the whole issue with men and what's it, pedophile and girls and so on, it's better to keep men out of the classroom. Well, you keep men out of the classroom and that's what you get. What you're getting now, violence, gangs, guns and knives and scissors, that's what you get. When you keep men out of the classroom from taking up the teaching profession, you get the shit you're getting now. So while we don't have much men interested in teaching, most of them go to the colleges where they have the older girls that they don't have to, they won't be pressured and called names like pedophile and child molester. You find most men at the university or the colleges, then they can fuck who they want. Nobody would point a finger because these are some grown ass women here. So if a grown ass woman who might be a student want to fuck the professor for some grades, who gives a fuck? Nobody can point a finger. But the secondary schools and so yeah, well, men avoid. Okay, fine. Leave that to them, bitches. Leave that to them. What we do now is put, I said before, give the police and soldiers specialized training. A part of their training, the officers' programs, you include education in whatever field. So when they would have spent 2 years in their recruitment process and their whole training, you allocate 6 months for them to do crash courses in teachers training and things like that. Make it a part of the curriculum for police officers and soldiers. So while you have a military that is waiting for a war to be activated, most of the times they do nothing. They get a salary, a lot of benefits for doing nothing. Put a few of them around the country in secondary schools and primary schools as substitute teachers. In every school, you can put at least 5. 5. So when the teacher is not there, the soldier can take the place. At least 5. The possibilities are endless. Endless. You do the same with the police. So when the students know that amongst the staff, you have police and soldiers, men, you think they would be that stupid to want to be gang members, criminals, violent? You think so? No. But none of them have respect for their teachers, their female teachers. None of them. Because everybody is on social media. And those same students are seeing what those teachers are doing on social media. They want to be TikTok stars and Instagram models. The students are seeing. So if the teachers, the female teachers, want to be bitches on social media, but they come in the classroom and they want to be teachers, it ain't gonna happen. That shit don't happen. It's like being a police officer. Once a police officer, always a police officer. You are a police officer 24/7. Okay? You're not a police officer, but you're making model TikTok videos and model this and cute face. No, that's not policing. I don't know what policing has been reduced to, but all of that should stop. All of it should stop. Home Affairs Minister, you should now push that order that these things that the police are doing, making TikTok videos in their uniform and putting on all of these makeup and making these things, it is a disgrace to the uniform, to the code, and this is why they're not respected. The same thing teachers are doing. The same thing teachers are doing. And you expect students who come from toxic homes to listen to you? This is why they beat your asses in the classroom, because they see what the shit you're doing on TikTok and say, you can't tell me shit, you can't correct me and you are a bitch on TikTok or on Facebook or Instagram. The code of conduct must be there 24/7. You don't want the job, quit. You can't wait to be a whore, quit. Don't be a teacher. Don't be a police. Leave the job for people who really want to be like that. In the same way, Ajudin Muhammad. Being an opposition leader is not a part-time position. It's a full-time position for now until you leave the country. Asshole. You are an opposition leader 24/7. until such time as Judge Judy, if the CCJ decides to be a professional institution, decides to dispel all of the rumors that they're going to take money, they're going to be bribed, the Mohammed has his hands on the CCJ. If none of that is so, and it's just a conspiracy talking point, and the CCJ respects the outcome of the courts in Guyana, the High Court and the Appeals Court, and the CCJ says this is a waste of time case to bring to the CCJ, the same way it was a waste of time to take to the High Court and the Appeals Court. And if they return the whole thing back to Guyana and say, Juji, get the fuck on with this thing, man. If that happens, and the Mohammeds, Judy, don't have a choice to say shit. If everybody says this case must continue and come to an end, she has no choice but to say, Azradine, I would miss you. And say, okay, we need to go ahead with this. Extradition order is approved. These people need to go. Until then, Azradine, you are an opposition leader. Constitutionally, you're sworn in as one. You have to uphold the code of conduct as opposition leader, coupled with the fact that you are a good Muslim, devout Muslim. And you have to behave like an opposition leader 24/7. The shit you're doing, as of today, lying about your health condition, it is not becoming of an opposition leader. All the shit you're doing, you are disgracing the office. And until such time as you leave the country or Mr. Mansour Nadir gets the balls to vote you the fuck out the parliament, you need to behave like an opposition leader, because you're always one until such time as you're no longer one. Same with the teachers and the police. Your actions matter. You speak by example. I thank you for your attention to this matter. Share this live. I want to hear from you in the comments. And let's keep Guyana great. I encourage you to continue to make your support via the Zella account. Support what we do with the foundation. And we're trying to acquire a vehicle for the foundation, because it's not easy to go to all these places and help these families. I would like you to help us to acquire that vehicle for the foundation. You see, we don't have sanctioned money. We don't have. It is good people who reach out and help us. You can do so via the Zella account, or if you don't have access to Zella, you can do so via Western Union or MoneyGram. Then the number is in the description. You get the number there. You just make contact only for that purpose. Okay? For folks who are calling me for other reasons, I'm a busy man. I would appreciate it if you limit your calls or limit your discussion to the content of the show. And if you want to make donations, say, I want to make donations, things like that. But I'm not available for long discussions. I appreciate you reaching out, but understand that this is a professional platform and the numbers are there for you to reach out if you wish to make a contribution, a financial contribution. If so be the case, I welcome your participation. I cannot accept sanctioned money, so this is why I'm asking for you, the non-sanctioned individual, the kind-hearted viewers from around the world, to help us to make a difference in the lives of other people. Until next time, goodbye.